Recap in minutes. Today we will be going through a war, adventure, and action movie from 2012, entitled Tungus. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins when a soldier hands over the files of 4 women from the military to the commanding general. They are fresh graduates from the military sniper school. The general signed the papers to allow them to come to his military station. The next moment, the sniper woman, Corporal Pimenova, arrives there with Privates Irina, Alya, and Nadia at a town of military establishment in the train. They are stopped by an army officer, who asks them why they are there. Pimenova tells him that his comrade Major ordered them to meet him there, but he is not there. She gives him their approval letters. The officer goes inside asking them to wait. After that, Zarina leaves them and gets aside to smoke. Corporal scolds her saying that it was her in the hostels, who used to smoke. She ignores her and goes to have the apples in the garden. Moments later, the army officer comes out of the room and orders another officer to get his snipers. He goes to them. Corporal Pimenova introduces themselves to Comrade Senior Sergeant Mikhailov, and says they are at his disposal. He orders them to get on the truck to move from there to the camp. After some time on the way, 2 snipers shot at them. They could not spot them, as they were hiding in the trees. Heavy firing ensues, but they remain behind their vehicles. Whenever they try to get out to spot the snipers to kill them, they get them first. Mikhailov also gets shot in his attempt to save Zarina. The next moment, they see the enemies trying to abduct them, and they neutralize them somehow. Now, the snipers, Albert and Gustav, blow their fuel bottles and leave their positions from the trees. They kill Senior Sergeant Mikhailov in the action. After some time, the captain informs his commanding general about the attack on the convoy of Mikhailov. He also tells him that there were 2 snipers, who ambushed them and killed many of their soldiers including Mikhailov. This makes the general worried and shocked. While on the outside, the sniper girls arrive along with the remaining convoy. The lieutenant orders them to be prepared for retaliation, no matter where they are. He then asks them to go to their room and get themselves settled. The next moment, they go to a war-torn classroom in a school. Corporal Pimenova orders them to clean the place to spend the next few hours. While on the hand, the captain argues with the general to postpone or cancel the operation, unless the arrival of fresh reinforcement. This enrages the general. He scolds him over his depressive thoughts. The captain argues with him saying that it is not his thoughts, everyone is thinking the same outside after the attack on Mikhailov's convoy. The general says he is right, as they are walking close to the certain death in this camp. But he has a plan to send the sniper girls behind the enemy settlements. The captain says they are not good snipers, as they are fresh graduates and do not have enough battle experience. The general says he cannot change his mind, so it is better to find the good snipers instead of panicking. He shared his plan to execute the operation without any further delay. He comes outside and sees the preparation for the battle. He examines the bullets and injured soldiers too. The lieutenant shows him a bullet from an ordinary rifle, which killed the sniper. They suspect Mishka, who is a paramedic in the camp, and was the only one with an ordinary rifle at the time of the attack on Mikhailov. He also says that he is from the village of Taiga, where everyone knows how to shoot well. This surprises the general, who names Mishka, Tungus, for his shooting skills. In the next scene, they take Mishka, who is now Tungus, to check if he can shoot well. The general gives him a sniper rifle, but he refuses nervously. Now they place a tin can as a target to check his ability. Mishka seems to be aiming at the can, but he shoots behind the target can. When the general asks him why he did not shoot at the can, he says he shot in the forest, 500 steps straight to a squirrel in the eye. The general gets angry and asks him to get him that squirrel. They all get impressed by him after his successful shot. After some time, the captain visits the camp and finds Mishka holding a rifle. He asks the lieutenant about this and he tells him that he is a very good shooter. So the general decided to get him to the front lines. He appreciates Mishka, Tungus, and goes to the girls' room. He finds them getting dressed up after the bath. He orders them to get ready in a minute and meets him outside. After that, the girls come to attend to him. Now he starts briefing them about the mission. He tells them that they have to be very cautious and accurate during the combat. He keeps on telling them that during the tasks, they have to shoot quickly from long distant positions. He calls Tungus and orders him to stand with them. He tells them that he will teach them the art of sniping and their training begins immediately. He makes the lieutenant in charge of their training. When he notices the skirt of Zarina, he reminds them about the dress code and orders her to change. He dismisses them and Zarina goes to put on her pants. In the next scene, they all go to the shooting point, and Tungus observes their shots. He comes back with their cans and tells the lieutenant that it was an easy task, because there was any wind. Now the lieutenant orders them to move to another spot for a better experience of the shots. Then they go near a stream of water and set the cans moving. The girls try to shoot at them but fail one by one. Only Tungus succeeds at hitting the targets. The captain visits them afterward. He takes the results of the training and orders them to go back to their room. After some time, the general arrives there and asks the girls who they were before joining the war. When they tell him that they were singers and musicians, the general sighs out and says, how many talents the war has called at the front lines. He leaves saying that they will enjoy their talents after the war. In the next scene, when they were playing outside, 2 German planes came over them and opened fire at them. The general stops the captain and orders him that he has only 2 days to fully train their sniper girls, as they are going to conduct an operation on the Germans soon. The next day, the lieutenant takes them to the front lines in the trenches. He tells them that there are the German snipers hiding in the bushes. He orders Tungus to go near the bushes and check the area. Zarina volunteers with him to spot the snipers. They crawl through the bushes and reach near them. Tungus's strategy gets succeeded when he develops a scarecrow at his back. He draws the sniper out from the bushes and Zarina kills him immediately. At night, all of her friends ask her how she felt when she killed the sniper. She keeps quiet and comes out. The next day, they come to the trench again. The captain again gives them the task to go behind the lines. This time Tungus goes with the captain himself and ex-boyfriend of Zarina, Senya. They crawl through the terrain and reach the German trenches. They hide there, behind the bushes, and watch the movement of the Germans along the tree lines. While on the German side, their snipers think that the Russian snipers are hiding under the tank, so they aim at the Senya. One of the snipers on the tree shoots at him but Tungus gets him this time. The Germans yelled to attack the tank immediately and more accurately. They fired mortars at him too, but they could not kill him. The next moment, they come back to the tank and rescue Senya back to their trenches. He thanks Tungus and the captain for saving him from the German forces. In the next scene, Zarina sings a song to the defenders and the injured soldiers of the post. They all gather in the school hall. Alya dances with the lieutenant. Everyone appreciates them. The next day, Tungus, the captain along with the other soldiers, go to the trench. The captain orders him to spot the German snipers from there. He tried to find him with his helmet but could not. He proposes to his captain that they need to go 1,000 feet into the forest to spot the Germans. After some time, the captain and Tungus take the girls into the forest. Nadia kills the German sniper behind the sacks of their trench, while the other girl takes the second sniper. Tungus witnesses these successful shots of the girls. After that, they crawl back to their trench. The captain congratulates them for their successful mission of eliminating the snipers. He proposes to consider this accomplishment as their graduation. Tungus appreciates his thoughts. Now he orders them to go back to the camp. Tungus takes them back to the tents, where he meets his old fellows from the medical staff. When the girls stop by the medical tent and see a lot of injuries. When Zarina and Alya watch a basket full of hands and feet of some soldiers, they get shocked. Zarina says that is why she chose to be a sniper. While on the other hand, Senya asks the general to drop him there, because he was missing Zarina. He goes into the forest and hugs a tree in his desperation. Suddenly he sees some snipers on the trees, and German soldiers in the fields, ready to go to attack the Russian camp. He sneaks out from there and runs toward his camp. He shouts that the Germans have come to attack them. Meanwhile, their sniper shoots at him. Everyone gets alert and takes defensive positions. After a little while, Tungus spots one of their snipers and kills him. They take Senya to the camp for a medical emergency. Eventually, he dies in her arms, expressing his deep love for her. Now, Zarina gets the position to spot the snipers too. Nadia gets out of the shelter to give them the chance to spot the snipers from the forest. Tungus kills one of them in the process. Nadia runs zigzag to avoid the shots but gets hit by their lead sniper, Gustav. The German commander appreciates the sniper, and orders his men to get ready to march forward to attack the camp. They draw their vehicles and tanks from the forest and move forward to attack. Everyone gets afraid when the tanks move from the other side of the camp. The Germans open fire at them, killing many of their men, while destroying the tents. When they are outnumbered by the Germans, the wounded soldiers also come up for help to defeat them. Nadia comes back to her senses and runs forward to her camp. Zarina and Pimenova also run to save her. In the next scene, the captain has taken her into the colonel's tent, and he asks him to send the medical staff there. He yells at him saying that everyone is trying his best to save the camp, and no one is available at the moment. While outside of the camp, Germans are killing the Russians with their machine guns and tanks, and the sniper girls are trying to neutralize them one by one. Moments later in the battle, the lieutenant goes to the nurse, Olya. He asks her to check the wounded soldiers behind while he crawls forward to get the grenades. She says she will go get the grenades first before going back to the injured ones. He shouts at her to come back, but she ignores him. Gustav was watching all of this through his sniper gun. When she was going back with the grenades, he shot her. The lieutenant throws the grenades at the tank that destroys it. After some time, the sniper girls kill their infantrymen and they halt their attack on the post. Tungus and his sniper girls sit beside Nadia and pray for her recovery. After some time, Nadia is recovered and they all go through the forest to spot the safe havens of the Germans. While on the other side, the Germans receive some new reinforcements for their defeated convoy. A special assistant of the Führer, Walter, arrives there. They warmly welcome him and escort him to the Major General. Meanwhile, Tungus, Zarina along with other sniper girls, climb the trees and watch the movements outside of the Major General's post. When the assistant is on his way to enter the post, Zarina starts firing at the escort. Everyone else follows suit. They come out of the river to kill the other guards on the stairs. They neutralize them one by one to reach Walter's car. After that, when they get to him, they take his bag full of Nazi documents and leave. Walter tries to commit suicide but Gustav arrives there on time and saves him. He asks him where they run, and follows them. After some time, they trap them and keep the captain hostage behind the bushes. They kill many of their shooters too. The captain asks them to lay their weapons down and do what they say. Suddenly, Tungus appears from behind the bushes and sees what is going on there. They take them to a barn and tie them there. They wonder how they found them so quickly. Nadia opens up and says she did not shoot anyone in the car and left the assistant alive. This enrages them and they get angry at her. Zarina stops them and asks them to sing a song before dying. Now the guards come to them and take them to the Major General. The Major General orders them to kill them all. Gustav disagrees with him and says they are professionals and should be treated well. They should be killed here, not like the animals. The Major General disapproves of him and leaves. The next moment, he prepares his horses and asks them to run. They follow them into the forest. After some time in the pursuit, Zarina kills one of their soldiers and takes his gun. When the Major General arrives at that point, he likes this game more. After some time, Tungus is at the top of the dune and observing all the situations. Some of the Nazis are following Pimenova and Alya. He kills them one by one. They hug him and thank him emotionally. On the other side of the forest, Nadia is running for her life and hidden in the stream. Walter fires in the water but she does not come out. Suddenly, Pimenova and Alya start killing their men. Tungus comes running at Walter and stops him from firing at them. They save Nadia and take her from there. In the next scene, Zarina climbs a tree and looks for her way to get out of the forest. But the Major General hit her first, causing her to fall from that. She fires back at him and when they take him to the post, he tells Gustav that they have taken Walter, so he must go to save him because he knows much about the Nazis' secrets. While in the forest, the other girls save injured Zarina. Tungus asks them to go to the bridge, which is on the other side of the forest. Meanwhile, Gustav rushes to free Walter but Tungus gets him on his way. He tries to kill him but he eventually escapes. The movie ends when Tungus runs back to the bridge but gets shot by Gustav. And Nadia kills Gustav. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe recap in minutes for more videos like this, and help the channel grow.